Right. So now here we come to GNX. So GNX is a special kind of album from a special kind of artist. Mainly because we all know what happened with the beef last year, and this album was kind of like the cherry on top. Well, I wouldn't say the cherry on top. The Super Bowl was the cherry on top, but this was the icing on the cake. And that beef really took Kendrick to a different place that we haven't really seen him at all in his career. And this album was the culmination of all that. So by now, like I said, you all have heard the hopefully you've heard the album by now, but if you haven't, this is once again I say it's a special kind of album from a special kind of artist, mainly because there was a discussion online about this being Kendrick's worst album. And the reason why I say it's a special kind of album from a special kind of artist is because as good as this album is, and it's a great album, this probably really is Kendrick's worst album. Only because when you put this up against any Kendrick album, like Good Kid, Mad City, this ain't better than Good Kid, Mad City. To Pimp a Butterfly, obviously not. Damn, no. Even Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, like this project felt like Kendrick having fun, which I love. He was able to work with a lot of different artists. He was able to kind of revive that West Coast bouncy, synth heavy, had that California sound, and he stayed true to his roots with this album. He put the West Coast back on the map, because for a while, the South was kind of running things outside of a couple artists from the West Coast. But like I said, GNX is the culmination of everything that was going on with the beef, on top of the pop-out show. All of that resulted in this album. It's a great album, but once again, I believe it's Kendrick's worst album because thematically, when you put it up against Good Kid, Mad City, Good Kid, Mad City was just a movie. Literally, it was a movie from front to back. Thematically, it had so much substance to it that, I believe to this day, it's 2025, it's about 12, 13 years later, it's still on the Billboard charts. So that album is timeless. And To Pimp a Butterfly, To Pimp a Butterfly was probably Kendrick's most cohesive project. It was his most thought-provoking project. The music on there, once again, timeless. A lot of thematic elements, a lot of a great subject matter. I believe he won. Did he win I know he won Grammys. I think he won Best Album at the Grammys for To Pimp a Butterfly. But like I said, To Pimp a Butterfly probably Kendrick's best album out. Maybe either that or Damn. Damn, once again, great album. A lot of thematic elements, great subject matter, great beats, great verses. The features was crazy. Damn is probably my favorite Kendrick album. And then once again, Mr. Morale and Big Steppers. That album I felt like was Kendrick's baby. For one, that was his last album on TDE. I feel like, with how long we waited for that album, he really put a lot into it. Some people didn't like it only because of the subject matter. Like they felt like they needed more, but once you give it a couple listens, you really realize that, okay, yeah, he gave us what we needed at that time. And then maybe that album wasn't even really for us. I felt like that album was Kendrick's baby. So that album was more of him getting shit off his chest. And he did just that. I like the album. I enjoy it. But once again, when you put GNX up against any one of those 4 albums, it's in last place. I mean, like I said, but that's only because of how great Kendrick is. This being Kendrick's worst album does not mean it's a bad album. This is a great album, but those other albums are just better. But like I said, this is definitely a great project. I love the features on it. My favorite songs. Let me see, because Squabble Up, great song. I like what's that? What's the name of that song? I like Luther, of course, is a bop. Hey Now, great song. TV Off, turn up song. If you trying to get jumping, that's the song you want to turn on. Dodger Blue. Dodger Blue to me sounds like something you play at like a picnic. Like you're at a family reunion and you got good music. Like a Dodger Blue sounds like something you play after what's that song? Before I Let Go, Frankie Beverly and Maze. Like it's one of those songs where you can cut it on, it's a vibe, it's a groove. People can, you can kind of two-step to it a little bit. Like it's one of those songs you gotta play at like a gathering. Peekaboo, crazy song. I love the verse. AZ Chike did his thing. The Heart Part 6 is one of those songs where it come on, you feel it instantly. The Heart Part 6 is definitely a highlight on the album. And then Gloria. Gloria is a perfect song about a guy who is such a prolific lyricist that he literally calls his pen his bitch. Like his pen is his girl. Like that's what he holds near and dear to him, and it translates through the music. So yeah, the album is a great album, and it's definitely worth a buy and a listen if you haven't already.